Thanks for joining us on the American Metal Market's Best Practices Walkthrough video for the Price Tracker tool. With the release of the Price Tracker tool, we've introduced a new way of finding the materials and the information and data that you were used to finding in the previous tool, called the Custom Price Report. With this video, we want to show you some best practices, show you exactly how to get to what you need, and we'll show you how the search mechanism works. To start off, what we're going to do is we're going to get into the Price Tracker tool. To do so, when you're on the home page, we're going to go ahead and scroll over the pricing. We're going to get to Price Tracker by clicking on it. Now when you're in, you'll notice a few big changes that we've done. First off, there's a new intuitive search functionality. Just like a Google product, the way you would find things in here is simply searching using keywords or terms. Also, you can narrow down your results by using these various source, commodity, location, and date range dropdowns, which allow you to make your answers a little bit more specific when searching for various metals or materials. To start off, I'm going to show you a few methods and a few easy ways to get to some of the more common ones, as well as some of the more niche products that we have. Now, the biggest thing that you will notice that has changed is the fundamental way that we're actually searching for this material or metal that we're looking for. We'll use the example of number one heavy melt as we go through this. Now, before, for me to find number one heavy melt, I would have to go into the Custom Price Report tool and go through several bubble checklists that will allow me to find this number one heavy melt. Obviously, that was a cumbersome process which involved multiple steps, several clicks through different options, going from broad to narrow, sometimes getting to 11 to 15 various clicks until I got to exactly what I needed. And if you weren't too sure or you weren't very familiar with the previous tool, you could get lost very easily, which meant that you would have to start over again with not much room for error. With this tool, it's a lot more forgiving and absolutely phenomenal in terms of actually using a search tool to find something very quickly. We'll show you how number one heavy melt can be found in just 2 steps. To start searching for this, all we have to do is type in a few key letters. Number one heavy melt, we'll go ahead and type in NO. You'll notice now that we have number one heavy melt as an auto-suggest option. We're going to go ahead and click on number one heavy melt. As you see, we have 27 results for number one heavy melt. This may be a little bit more specific or a little more broad than what we're necessarily in need of. So we're going to use these drop downs to narrow it down. I know the source is AMM. That's already filtered it down for me. I know it's a steel commodity. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the location. So let's say for this example we want to find the Atlanta price. All we have to do is uncheck the select all, and we're simply going to click Atlanta. This will bring up the Atlanta price for number one heavy melt. Once we're there, we can do a few things with this. Obviously, this is the most up-to-date and latest price. The numbers you see right here are the most up-to-date, which means the most live price that we have, and to check, you can see the latest assessment price. This will also give you a description of what the material is, as well as some other pieces of information that can come in handy. You get the measurement and how we're finding that amount, the source, the location. From here, if I wanted to pull historical data and not just the latest price, it's very simple. All we have to do is go to date range, click on the drop down, and from here on the drop down, we have a few options. Unlike before, you are very flexible in terms of the date ranges and how you would actually pull your historical data. Let's say we wanted to take a look at the last month's data every day. So we can do one of few things here. We can go ahead and click past daily prices. From here we can select a date range. Maybe we have a specific time frame. Or if we go back in there, we can go ahead and select 1 month. It's just a quick drop down. I'm going to go ahead and click that. Once I do, you'll notice that the chart will appear and it'll give us the 1 month every day's price. And from this, we can also go ahead and add it to my price if we wanted to. We can view it in a chart, or we can download it to an Excel. So let's say that this is something that I'll be looking at consistently. Maybe you want to save this, you don't really want to look for it again. You'll be looking at this every month. This is part of your pricing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this to our My Price tool. To do so, we're just going to click this checkbox, okay? And we're going to go ahead and click Add to My Prices, which can be found at the bottom. Once we do that, we'll receive a message up top that says our price was successfully saved, and you'll notice there's going to be a black star right next to it. The star just denotes that that material or metal is in our My Prices. Now, I'll show you a few things here in My Prices in just a second, but I really do want to focus just on the search while we're still here. So, let's say that we found that one, we did add that to our My Prices. We're going to go ahead and we're going to reset search. Let's say there's something a little bit more specific. Let's say we're looking for 4100 series or special bar quality. Obviously that's a very specific metal and something that took quite a bit of steps to get to in the Custom Price Report tool. To find it here, it's also very simple. All we have to do is type in a few specific keywords or phrases. Now, the reason I say this is because this tool, the algorithm behind it, is built to bring you the most specific answer as quickly as possible. So our focus here is efficiency. And when I say this, I mean that if we're looking for special bar quality, go ahead and just start typing in special. Okay, and you'll notice that the two special bar qualities, the SBQs that we have, do appear right away as soon as we start typing in a little bit of these letters that make up that word. So now I have two that I can select from. Maybe I want the 4100 series, and maybe I also want the 1000 series 1-inch round. The beauty of this tool is we can actually add in more options in the search. You can actually add up to 5 different phrases, so we can build out a sheet essentially. We're going to go ahead and click that one as well. So now we have 2 in there. We have our 2 prices. Okay, and what we can do from here is also add these to My Prices. As you'll notice, and as we mentioned before, there's a black star next to this, which means I've previously saved this to My Prices. But I want to add this one here, this 4100 series alloy. I'm going to go ahead and click Add to My Prices. Alright, great. We get that message. That is now saved in My Prices. We have those 2. I want to take a quick look at maybe the monthly average of these values for December. Now let me show you how to do monthly averages from this part of the search prices. We're going to go into the date range like we did before. From here we're going to click Past Monthly Averages. Now this is one of the ways, and I'll show you the other way in just a second, but Past Monthly Averages, we're going to go ahead and we can select a specific month, or we can do a specific month range. Why don't we do a month range? I want to see what it was like from November to today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use that drop down for the from and to. We're going to use that calendar. I'm going to go ahead and click January. I'm going to hit OK, and that'll confirm my selection. Obviously the month of January isn't over yet, so we don't have an average for that, but we do have our December and November averages for these two. This is phenomenal because I can see both of these side by side, and I can take a view and understand a little bit of how they performed. Some questions that we have, you'll see these average lows, average highs, and average mid. That is new for this tool. The average mid is the price you'll be looking at. That is the average that you've been used to seeing. The average high and average low, this just simply denote the average of the lowest lows, the average of the highest highs. Now, let's say I want to pull these out and I want to download them to Excel. That feature is brand new and actually quite different from before. If I wanted to download this into Excel, all I have to do is go ahead and click these checkboxes, and I'm going to hit Download to Excel. As you'll notice, some things that are available here, we have the various source, currency, price, location, material, trading party, Incoterms. Unlike before, we've now allowed you to completely set up and customize the way your columns will appear in your Excel. This allows you some flexibility. If you need to see certain pieces of bits or pieces of information, you can. If you don't need them, you can take them out. It's all up to you. So let's say I wanted to add in all of these actually. We're going to go ahead and click Download now. Okay, that information will download. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. All right, and as we had just discussed, we have these averages right here. This is the new spreadsheet layout, and we have all the information we selected right here as well. The new spreadsheet and the new download functionality allows you to download up to 100 various materials or metals at one time into one clean spreadsheet. Before, you would have to do it one by one, consuming a lot of time and meaning that you would have to compile all that information into one spreadsheet by yourself. This is an efficient new way of putting all of them on one spreadsheet and allowing you to be much more flexible in terms of the time you spend doing other things. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump back into the tool. Okay, let's say these two that I've downloaded, I actually want to take a look at these in a chart. And that's a brand new feature as well. We're going to go ahead and click the check boxes. It's very important that you remember you want to click the check boxes whatever you're doing. That'll highlight and make these solid blue. We're going to go ahead and we'll click View and Chart here at the bottom. Okay. Once we select this, you'll notice that we'll have those charts. That's of the specific month we had selected. But let's pull this out. We have these time frame selectors actually that allow us the ability to take a look at the monthly averages from the dates shown. Now, if I want to be a little more specific, all I have to do is click on the time frame right here, select the month, and that'll pull it back. And you can actually select the prices that you want displayed here as well. So the average mid, that's our monthly averages. If I want the average high and average low, I could do that as well. Maybe I wanted to isolate and just have them one at a time, one specific one. You can do that as well. All of that will shift and change. Now, if I am satisfied with what I have in front of me, I can go ahead and save this as a PDF. This is a brand new feature. I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second here. We're going to go ahead and click the Save as PDF. The PDF will open up here, and as you can see, we have a visual representation. This is brand new, allowing us to see exactly what we're talking about. And also, it's a good thing to have to send along to clients, or just to have alongside your work, or just a great visual representation of what you were discussing. Now, if you had something you were working on personally, and you actually just wanted this image, you can do so by clicking Save as Image, and you can throw it into a presentation, a slideshow, an Excel, a Word document, a specific contract you were working on, anything you want to do. There's a lot of flexibility now in terms of what you can do. Going back up top here, I'm going to show you now a little bit about my prices, as well as actually how to pull various averages for various materials as well. So we did show you one way that you can pull monthly averages, but the other one I wanted to spend a little time focusing on is the custom date range averages. When you click the custom date range averages, it allows you to be very free in terms of what you consider a month, what you consider a week. It allows you to really select start and end dates specifically and pull those averages. For example, for monthly averages, let's say I wanted to pull a monthly average for December 2nd to December 30th. Maybe that's what I consider a month. I can go ahead and pull a specific date and pull those monthly averages specifically for what I selected. And I can do this for a range of different options. Weekly averages, I can select a specific week. A date, I can select a specific time frame. All I have to do is click OK, and I'll receive the weekly average for that time frame. Same thing with past yearly averages. I can go ahead and select a time frame, which will allow me to get an average for those selected dates. Okay, and that information will pull up. We'll have the yearly averages as calculated based on my date range. Now, going back up to the search, if you want to clear anything out, you just hit the Reset Search button right here. You'll have a nice clean starting slate. But let's say that you already had pulled the prices you needed to, you had saved them into your My Prices. Now you're going to go in here and you just want to look those prices up. It's very simple. All we're going to do is click My Prices, and we're going to have all of these saved materials and metals that we had and that we will be looking at. This tool comes in handy if you'll be going in here consistently on a weekly, monthly, daily basis, and you'll be looking at specific metals, you'll be looking at a specific price list, and you want to just pull those up very quickly. The numbers and information you see here, no matter when you pull them, they will be the most up-to-date. They will reflect the most up-to-date value. It doesn't matter when you pull them. So you'll just be saving it essentially into a price list in this folder. But when you go in here, no matter what the date or time frame is, everything here will be up to date and up to the minute in terms of price. Now, if you did want to pull historical prices, all you had to do was go up to the View Latest Past Prices drop down, we're going to go ahead and, just like we did on the search prices button, you can go ahead and select past daily prices. You can go ahead, select whatever it is that you're looking for. So let's say that we were looking for past weekly averages. We'll specify a week range. Let's say it was 6th of November, and I want to pull that all the way through the 20th of November. We'll click OK. It's very important now, after you click OK, to hit the View Prices button. Unlike the Search Prices page, they do not automatically update. You have to confirm with View Prices. So once you click View Prices, we'll receive those averages. We have those weekly averages for all of our various prices, and we can just tab through right here. And if you're not sure what's on each tab, all you have to do is go ahead and click, or just scroll over essentially, and you'll see exactly what's on each tab. All right. And from here, let's say we wanted to download all of these into one Excel, just like we did on that home page. We're going to go ahead and click All Markets. We're going to go ahead and click Download to Excel. We'll set up our columns, and we'll set up what we want included in the information. You'll simply hit Download. From there, we'll pull that up, and we'll have all of our materials on one spreadsheet. This really comes in handy, especially if you'll be pulling this on a consistent basis and you want to download all of them and just have them. You don't have to go through one by one and do this anymore. You will have all of them in one spreadsheet. Save you a ton of time, and most importantly, it'll be an efficient way to get all of the pricing information you need for whatever various task you're trying to fulfill. As we go back to the pricing page here, it's also very important that you note that you can select any or all. We don't have to always just select all of the markets. You can just select and choose and pick which ones you want or don't want to download, and same thing with viewing and chart. The other thing we can do here, which makes my prices a whole lot better, is, let's say that we wanted to set up email alerts. Maybe you were curious to see what the price will be, or you wanted to be alerted on any price changes that may occur to any of your saved prices. So to set up an email alert, it's very straightforward. All we're going to do is we're going to click a check mark next to the materials or group of materials that I wanted to set them up for. Let's say for these two I wanted to do it. I'm going to go ahead and, after I check that box, I'm going to go ahead and select Set Up Email Alert. From here, I'm going to have the two that I had selected previously. And I'm going to go ahead and check the format that I wanted to. This is we have some BlackBerry users and some other email file formats that may not work on mobile devices. So we provided the option of choosing if you wanted a text-based email or an HTML-based email. So select whatever works for you. And then we can select the frequency. The frequency is just simply how often you'll be receiving the email. Do you want to receive an email daily telling you of the price change? Weekly alerting you of the price change? Is it monthly that you would like to receive this? Or would you just like to receive an email if there is a change of the actual price of the material? I'm going to go ahead and click on price change for this one. Down here, I'm going to go ahead and also select that. And we're going to go ahead and hit save. And you'll notice that our little letter envelope icon will appear next to the ones that we have email alerts set up for. Easy enough. And if you wanted to maybe set or disengage the email alerts, all we have to do is click the check marks again, click Set Up Email Alerts, and we can just go back to canceling that. Now, the other thing we can also do is we can view all these in chart, just like we did before, but we can also remove them from our My Prices. So let's say these two, I did want to remove them. All we have to do is just click the check mark. I'll have these checked already. We're going to go ahead and click Remove from My Prices, and these will be removed from our My Prices tab. Our price will reflect, our saved prices will be reflected immediately, and you can go ahead and do that to all or any or all of them that you wish to take away. The other thing we can do is we can jump into the exchange prices. We had some, if you had viewed the live COMEX or LME or NYMEX data or Shanghai futures, all of that is still here. It's just on the exchange prices tab. You can click on the various options here, select which ones you're looking for. Okay, and finally on our Stats and Data tab, we will have the exchange rates, weekly charts. These are found in our AMM Daily, but we have them aggregated for you right here. And we also have the statistics, just a few ones down here. And once we go back to search prices, we'll be back to where we are. That concludes kind of our walkthrough. If you do have any questions or concerns, or if you are running into any issues at all, please make sure to contact our customer success team as well as our customer service team. You can find all of our information on our website and in this video below in the description. Thanks so much for joining me in this great walkthrough here. If you do have any issues or concerns, please reach out to us. Thanks again.